morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. My name is Daniel Umstead. I'm the owner of the Nathaniel Group and coming to you live on the Facebook channel of the Nathaniel Group. If you're catching up on later and you happen to catch me on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button to subscribe to more videos like this. So I wanted to actually go over, I'm sorry, if this is your first time joining me, typically what I do is go over motivation, resume writing, and realtor tips. So for today and all, with the motivation, I was listening to David Meltzer, for those that don't know him, but you've seen the Jerry Maguire movie. I am dating myself here, so if you heard the, the saying or heard the movie line before, "Show me the money," that was the actual guy, David Meltzer. So he has a wonderful story. Definitely highly encouraged to check it out. Meltzer, and then David, David. So I was on a panel with Bob Proctor, Les Brown, and a few others. I honestly, the names don't come to me like automatically. But he was talking about the 520 rule that he actually got from Bob Proctor. Now, I know I did this whole series on 80-20 rule, and you're like, damn, what's this new rule? So just to simplify, the 520 rule is that you shouldn't be spending no more than 5 minutes on a business call and no more than 20 minutes in a meeting. End of story. But what I took from that, and actually what he summarized up, is that he was like, hey, listen, you have to take care of your time, because the question was, how do you get so much done in a day? Like, how do you able to get everything completed that you need to get done? And it just came down to it basically that you need to organize your time. And for me, I was organizing, but I wasn't organizing my time with the things that I need to do. So for myself, I was giving myself, with the real estate training, self-development, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll just get that done after work. But there was no set time. So I was free in my mind, subconsciously, to say, oh, hey, you can watch TV for a little bit and then get on it. Oh, you don't have to specifically look at this video and then get on it. And even with my exercise regime, I got like 3 different pieces of exercise equipment around me working from home. But yet I'm like, all right, well, it's there. I know I need to exercise, but I just don't feel like it right now. Or, yeah, I'll get to it and everything like that. And if I have it, one sec. I'm not trying to showcase anything here or sponsor, but I got something like this next to me all day. And I still don't take time to do it. In addition, as you can see in the background, have it up on the wall, but the timing to actually get it done, or, it's like separated from me because I didn't schedule the time. I said to do it. I definitely have it listed down, but I didn't say for 10 minutes, this is what you need to work on. For 5 minutes, this is what you need to work on. So, in addition to the 520 rule, make sure that when you do have something set on your calendar, that is for specified time. So you want to know how to get more things accomplished out of life for you today, set that time, set that specific time for that. Now, even if it's something where, like for tomorrow, I am going to be starting this, so hopefully you see a different me over the next few weeks and such. But starting it where it's like, hey, 6:30 to 7, you are to do exercise. Now, if I get up and the only thing I do is 5 minutes of push-ups or 5 minutes of crunches or 5 minutes of cardio, hey, that time is allotted in there specifically for that. From 7 to 8 is my podcast time that I pretty much come on and talk to you guys. So in between that time, if I want to sleep in or if I want to get started, at 7 a.m. on the dot, and then look at editing the video later on within that hour, that's fine. And the main thing is that action, that task that needs to be done, as long as you're getting started on it. Now, certain things may take longer than others, like the exercise. Of course, the exercise is going to be a little bit shorter than me doing the podcast, only just due to the fact that it's like, hey, once you're done recording it, uploading it, putting it on YouTube, and then go forth from there, then you see my point, correct? So, and that should be throughout your day. If you know that something's going to take 20 minutes, and that's the other thing too, as far as being able to accomplish more. If something takes 20 minutes, give it an hour, and allowing that hour as far as just getting into the practice of it, because now you got those small wins that you do. Now, I'm not saying do something crazy and extravagant like, oh, well, I'll schedule it to make my bed at 9 a.m. every single morning, but I know it's going to take me a while, so we'll just say till 9:15. Whoa, what kind of bed you making? So be sure that the task that you do set aside for that specific time period is something that can be achievable, and it's a reasonable amount of time. And definitely, even if it's something like your taxes, definitely don't do the opposite where you're like, all right, I know it's only going to take like 15, 20 minutes to do my taxes, and it is, but for a fact over the past years, it takes you 2, 3, maybe a whole weekend to get done. So break that down little by little to get what you want. And then in addition, if your job that you pay taxes for, that you commit to, that you get up and get dressed for and everything like that, if at a certain time you get off the clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, 7 a.m., lunchtime, you get cut off because you're like, all right, I'm not getting paid for that time. You got to do the same thing for your task as well. If it takes you an hour and a half to study, hey, start at a certain time and then stop at a certain time, but keep that repetition going, especially if there's an end goal in mind. Remember, part of the journey is the end process. So don't think like, oh, I'm just walking around here or I'm just doing 20 crunches a day. No, the end journey is being better. The end journey is having a healthier lifestyle. The end journey is getting to where you need to be at. But the benefit about the end journey is that once you get there, then you can take it to the next level because it's something that you can check off your list. Now, real quick, because I need to run out of here, I wanted to go over the realtor tips. So this is to protect, because I'm talking to a lot of people who are looking to rent. So 311 for those in the Philadelphia area. And if you are across the seas and rivers and states and such in different areas, check your landlord licensing laws in your area. In Philadelphia, it's required that you become a licensed landlord in order to rent out homes and rent out space. Now, I know some people are like, oh, well, it's my cousin and everything like that. I got him staying over there. It's for my soon-to-be landlords or current landlords. It's relevant because it protects you, and then vice versa for those that are looking to rent. And you want to make sure that it's like, hey, unless it's somebody that you could trust with your firstborn over a weekend in the middle of a desert, then by all means, knock yourself out. But if it's somebody that you're like, well, it just seems to be a good deal, I'm going to just run with it, you might want to check the facts, because you never know if this person has pending violation code that they're working on. That's the other thing that you can look up too in your local area, seeing if there's currently any pending code violations to protect you in the long run. Because what you don't want to happen is that, oh, you move in, everything is great, y'all got a nice little agreement working out, $600 a month, great, this is awesome, and then a couple months later you get a knock on the door from LNI or license and inspection or whichever entity that is in your local town saying that, hey, this place is inhabitable, we need to get you out. What? He didn't say, what? What you mean? So you want to be careful of that. And also the other website that you can use, which I'll make sure definitely it's on here, is PhiladelphiaZoning.com. The other thing for the resume writing tips, if you happen to deal with another certified resume, because I know for myself, I'm not going to be able to get to everybody that sends me inquiries, and if they decide to go to someplace else, I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, if you decide to go to someplace else, you are looking on average as $150 to $1,000. Now, I only charge $49, and the reason being is that I first start off and say like, hey, this is what you need to change. So I pretty much already did the homework for everybody, and then I tell them, hey, once you make these changes, if you want, you have me take a look at it or give it to somebody else. But if you don't want to make these changes, I will do it for $49. That way, for me, I technically get my own free resume review because I'm looking at what needs to already be fixed. So I either give it to you, the customer or client, to say like, oh, hey, this is great, or I say, that I'll do it on my own. So for the resume writing tip, if you decide to go with the resume writer with 20 certifications and been doing great, and here's the difference too, I've been doing this since 2008. And we're now in 2020, 12 years, for just looking on an outward glance. And this is even somebody in comparison to me, somebody who's currently doing it for the past 15 years, writing resumes and such, compared to somebody who's got like 5 certifications doing resume writing certification, but has only been doing it for a year. You might want to weigh out your odds. But ultimately, you need to look at people's work to see if they're actually matching up to what they're supposed to be doing. So, and for me, on the Rob and Nathaniel Group website, I definitely have those sample resumes. So, a little marketing tip coming from me for the resume writing tip, but also in addition, I just want you guys to be okay out there, because some of these places will, charge you crazy, and they're, at the end of the day, it's just words on paper, guys. Just words on paper. And more importantly, they're your words on paper that you're paying the $1,000 for. So, with that being said, like I said, I gotta run because I gotta get this kid to school. So, have a great day. Thank you so much again for joining me. And as always, stay blessed, my fellow millionaires.